Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Toy Story 4. This is going to be our spoiler review. We're going to talk all kinds of spoilers. We might even start right at the end, so you want to be very careful for that. And we'll give you about 30 seconds here before we say anything while we do all our spiels in case you need to run across the room to click out of this video or whatever. But we're going to spoil the crap out of Toy Story 4. So spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. What I'll tell you along the way is we don't consider ourselves movie critics. We're just having fun. We love seeing movies. We go to the movies all the time. We like to talk about them. Obviously, I do all the trailer reactions, all that kind of stuff as well. So, you know, don't expect like deep critical analytics in here. I am a filmmaker. Sometimes I'll bring some of that stuff to it, but you know, that's what we do. If you want to see a no spoiler review, which I recommend because that's generally more of our actual opinions, whereas this is more specific details of things, we do have that. I have a link in the description below, and you want to check that out before you watch this. I think that one's under 10 minutes even, so. All right, but that all said and done, last chance to get out. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. And when Andy shoots the girl in the head, Jesus.
You beat me to it. I was going to say, well, when mom's toys come to life, it gets really weird.
Oh, I've seen that video. Not really, I have seen that video. There was a Mad TV sketch back in the day. But yeah, sex toy story. But no, yours was funnier.
So I was actually going to say that now the parents have to explain it to their kids.
Yes, because parents are watching our videos with their kids. Actually, there probably are some, but they're the cool ones. But yeah, so loved it. Loved it. We talked about recently rewatching the others in the other video and all that stuff, but yeah, this was great. And I was coming into this, I don't know how you were, but I was coming into this 50-50. I'm like, it's Pixar, it's Toy Story, I know it's gonna be good,
right.
But is it gonna be just okay, or is it really gonna do it? And it really did it.
I think, in all honesty, I'm wondering if I would have liked it a little more if I hadn't just binged all the other ones.
Really?
I think I might be a little Toy Story'd out.
That I can understand, and I think that was me coming into this movie, because I felt like, whew, we watched all three this week, and I feel like I've had my fill of Toy Story right now, but it totally still got me. Totally still worked for me.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm just not over the moon about it.
I gotcha. So if she seems a little down, or a little more down on it than what she's saying, maybe that's why, I guess, is kind of what you're
maybe.
Because I don't think you'd be picking negatives. I mean, are you? I don't know.
No.
It's just you're not going to be as jazzed on some of the things as I am.
It was a movie. I
enjoyed
it.
Well, first off, before I forget, I do want to point out one of my favorite little moments in this movie.
What was that?
And because now, you know, I mean, now that I don't, Disney did not own Star Wars, and I guess they own Marvel in 2010, or was that just before? I think. So,
I don't know.
I was wondering if we'd get some Marvel or some straight up Star Wars in here, because as we've seen in all the other ones, there was always a bunch of Star Wars sound effects and homages and all that, because it's like the same sound team and everything. But this had a straight up Star Wars toy moment, which I thought was great.
I wasn't sure if I saw that or not.
Yeah, and it's really well done, because it's the original vintage style action figure of Obi-Wan Kenobi cutting Ponda Baba's arm off, and you even get the Wilhelm scream inside the pinball machine. So that was awesome.
I thought I caught a flash of Obi-Wan, but I totally missed that action.
Yeah, well, no, I got it all. I
was looking at something else in the scene, apparently.
And I really liked the part, too, where the dad was going to order champagne and Casey Miracle was the waiter. That was so weird. No, obviously not. But he keeps showing up as waiters in all these movies lately.
Although, there was another Easter egg in there.
Okay.
A somewhat grown-up Boo from Monsters.
Yes, that was the other thing I thought because I thought originally I saw her in Bonnie's class.
Yes, I think it was the same kid at the fair.
At the fair? Okay, yeah, so I think...
Or the same model.
Right, and if it's not meant to be Boo, it's very close to being Boo. And that's not above them. They did that with Bug's Life.
Yeah, they had the pigtails and the...
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be
fuel
shirt for somebody's interconnected Pixar universe theory video.
Yep. Get on the thumbnails. Theory video. 10 things you missed.
Yeah.
I'll watch those. I watch
there's
those
also
videos.
a Tin Toy.
A what?
Tin Toy.
A what?
All right. Pixar's very first short animation.
Oh, that's what that guy was. Because I saw he was the bouncer at the door of the pinball club.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had forgotten. I mean, once you mention it, I was like, that's why some people were like, yeah, really cool. I was like, I'm just looking for Star Wars toys. But no, that was a really good reference. Good catch. Good on you. My man.
Yeah,
so there's some great Easter eggs in there. The horror stuff in this is pretty great.
Yeah, it's just like, part of me goes like, did they talk to Jordan Peele? It's just like, hey.
Yeah, can you give us a little advice how to maybe creep this up a little bit? Because there's some nightmare fuel in there.
Of course, ventriloquist dummies are time-proven nightmare fuel.
Yeah, but they used them well with like the way they would just spin their heads rapidly or stuff. And then they paid that off beautifully too with the lady in the store, but now she's out at the carnival and the basket baby carriage falls over and she picks it up and the thing it's like so that was really cool too.
Yeah.
And yes, what we had to cut out of the spoiler thing, she is a bad guy. Sure, she gets the turn into good, but she's a bad guy. She's trying to hold Woody against his will and literally rip his talk box out of his back. That's a bad guy. Or bad guy.
I still not.
Do you want somebody holding you against your will and trying to rip something out of your body against your will?
No.
Would you not call them a bad guy? Despite the eventual positive turn?
But at the end, she talks to him and go, this is where I'm coming from. And he just goes, okay, I totally get that.
Yeah, which is an arc. You can have an arc, but hey, guess what? Try talking to people first, just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was a move born of desperation rather than pure malice.
Right, that doesn't. But motives don't matter, because though some of the worst people in history had good motives.
But the thing is, but the fact is, it was nuanced.
Yeah.
Which is more than you get for a lot of villains.
Well, in movies and stuff, yeah. But again, she was a villain. She just had a great positive turn. And that's where I started crying, by the way. That's the first time it actually got, and I thought that was kind of surprising that got me a little teary-eyed, is her pairing up with the Lost Girl and how that immediately kind of strengthened the Lost Girl's resolve to, step out of the shadows and everything. And that was pretty beautiful.
I teared up a little bit of that too, but I think that was more flashbacks to having actually been lost.
In my bedroom, I know there's so much stuff sometimes. Did you go in the back room? Don't go in the back room. You get lost.
I go in the back room. I'll never be found again.
Exactly. Under a pile of t-shirts. But yeah, no, so that was really good. But yeah, Woody separating with everybody, and like him and Buzz, especially the last line where Buzz is like to infinity and it cuts to Woody and beyond. It's like, what do you know? Like, I don't want to cry right now. That's why the popcorn got extra salty.
So that's going to be, if they were to do another one, it'd be the carnival happens to be in Bonnie's town and they all meet back up.
That would be the interesting thing, is
hijinks ensue.
If they do another one, do they do that? Do they just drop the original cast and it's just Woody and the new folks? Because as much as I love the original cast, a lot of them are dead. Like Mr. Potato Head barely said a word.
2 of them are dead.
Jim Varney, and Don Rickles.
Who else? Because I don't know anybody else.
The characters that aren't there.
They don't count.
Yeah, exactly, because they're dead. No, anyways, the point being, because I would totally watch it if it's Woody, Bo, and Kaboom, and Key and Peele, just going through the carnivals and stuff. Bunny and Ducky. That was great. They were just so good in this. Just bringing back some of that original Key and Peele magic, and it totally worked. And my God, like that whole running gag of, we know how to fix this, and it's them jumping. It was so good. But then you get that mid-credit sequence with them where they start growing into giant Godzillas and shooting lasers out their eyes and all that.
I think they
awesome.
let those two just improvise that one.
Yeah, I think there had to be some improvising going on in there too. And then of course Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom. Yeah. That was great too. And he had all these great little one-liners like the we can
Yes, I Canada.
Yes, I Canada. That's what it was. Yeah, Yes, I Canada and shit like that. That was so good. And he even did the whoa once or twice in there, so that was great too. And that made me think, ooh, Bill and Ted 3 is filming. So that kind of got me so hyped. So yeah, I would totally watch that. And then just his poses and all that stuff. That was so fun. But I love what they did with Bo Peep. I love how she had been on her own and lost toy for all this. And she was just a badass, man. All that parkour and staff work and everything.
Well, I always said that Woody was a ninja.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
I was just like, I can see how those two could hang.
And I do like how this kind of played with parenthood. I think that was kind of the overriding theme in this one, because it kind of showed both sides. It showed being a parent and not being a parent, because Woody kind of taking care of Forky, which we haven't even talked about yet. Jeez, taking care of Forky was pretty great, especially when he's like dragging him down the road. And he's like, "Carry me." It's like, "No, carry me." No. I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't have kids." But I've seen that. I know that. I remember that. And then they do the thing with him and Bo, and like Bo's almost more like you don't have to have kids. Like, look at this. Look at what all we get to do. You know, because now they're talking about belonging to a kid, but it's kind of a euphemism for having a child.
I hadn't really thought about it that way.
I kind of picked it up that way. Because they're caring for the children. Like that was Woody's thing. And then now he's shown this world where it's like, oh, I can go have my own life and we can still help a bunch of kids, but we get to travel the world and see all this stuff because we don't have kids.
Don't know anything about that.
Just saying, Super Saiyan. You got a kid anyways. You just love me for my Dragon Ball toys.
Wow.
But yeah, so all that stuff was really good too. And one of my absolute favorite things is making money on YouTube videos. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Cha-ching!
So,
what you got?
Turns out Forky was actually part of an alien race that...
the claw! Oh, we did see those little guys, but we never heard the claw.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
Well, there was no claw to
Yeah, that's true. And they really did, sorry, I gotta turn the AC back on.
I think they just completely paid that off in 3, and they're kind of like, we're done with that.
Yeah, that arc is over. We can't even have Mr. Potato Head say that much. Like, he maybe had 3 or 4 words, and he was still Don Rickles, so we're pretty sure they just took, old stuff to make that work. Which I wonder why Mrs. Potato Head didn't get to say as much either, possibly. So.
Well, she did do the whole, no, not take, but that was the Triceratops doing the actual voice for the GPS.
Yes. Oh, that was great when they were doing the GPS.
The unicorn thing with sending the father to jail. I'm like, that's a bit sociopathic.
Yeah, it's such a great joke, though, and it just kept working. And then the payoff when the cops come over is like, he's so going to jail. That was so great. Just the way it's like they're manipulating the whole RV. I mean, that was awesome. That's such a little awesome touch. So I thoroughly loved that. Duke Kaboom is so good though. We kind of did around that, and I loved his whole arc that he couldn't live up to the commercial. Yeah. And I love that this movie about toys is kind of subtly screaming at the kids, "It's a commercial. It's not real." So I thought that
was it Rashawn?
Yeah, Rashawn, because he's Canadian. The day. I love Christmas, the Boxing Day, and all those little references were so good. Oh man, that was good. But yeah, that opening scene under the car with the rain and Woody saying goodbye to Bo Peep, like that was a beautiful scene. Yeah, that was just so well constructed and framed, and just the colors in it and everything about that was beautiful. And a great flashback to like 9 years before and seeing what happened to Bo Peep.
Yeah, and Bo Peep going like, toys get lost all the time.
That was sweet too.
In the box.
And him thinking about it, and he was about to do it until Andy's like, he saw Andy losing his shit. Like, where's Woody? He's like, aww.
And again, it kind of goes back to that whole, it's all about timing. He's just like, you gotta, you have to be in the right place in your life in order to really be able to pursue certain things.
Yeah, and I think that's true about, growth and change and everything. It's like, you're always presented with opportunities, and it really is about the right time and place for that presentation to be accepted, I suppose. So
it's just like, I think Woody had to come to terms with the fact that he was already on the downswing with Bonnie.
Yeah, and that was really sad too, to find out he had been in it. I love the Dust Bunny bit. Yeah, and they come up with the name Tumbleweed. I would like to see more of that clock. That clock had some snark going, and I really appreciated that. So
they stay in the closet long enough.
Oh, I see what you did there. But again, some of the weird rules. How was the chair in the closet alive? The toy chair. So is it just because it had a face? Is that the rule? Like, if you give a toy a face, it can come alive? Because we were talking about the other movies, how like the Corvette, Barbie Corvette's not alive, but the RC car is because it has eyes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the rule.
Well, the other thing is apparently having a kid's name on you can also make you alive.
I guess that's part of it too, yeah. But I do love the payoff that they gave Forky a lady at the end. That was so great. And he's like, I will have the answers to everything. Like, why am I alive? I don't know. It's like, that was... Forky's a great addition too. And I love the whole trash. We're trash. And that like whole, like, it was like, what, 10 minutes?
It's like getting Goku vibes.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't picked up on that, but there was definitely some Goku vibes happening in there.
More like Team 4-Star Goku.
Yeah. The good Goku. The best Goku. The other Goku's good, too. But yeah, no, that was really awesome as well.
But the whole Forky basically trying to commit suicide, I guess.
Well, it wasn't even to commit suicide. He wanted to be where he thought he belonged. He wanted to be with the trash. He's like, it's warm and squishy.
It's like, I'm litter!
Yeah, he had some great stuff in there. And it wasn't annoying. Like, you could look at some of the trailers and be worried that maybe he's going to be too much or too annoying. But no, it's like the perfect amount of Forky. And he really does drive the plot along. Mm-hmm. And there's some just totes adorable moments with him that are just wonderful in there. I love the G.I. Joes, or Action Carl. Or
I think it was Action Carl.
It was something Carl. That's probably who
Combat Carl.
Combat Carl. Okay, so I didn't catch it in the credits, but I saw Carl Weathers was voicing somebody. I bet that's who he was voicing.
I don't know who Carl was.
Predator.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
Son of a bitch. But yeah, I love that running gag, and like the Arctic one kept wanting the high five. It's like, oh, they never give him the high five, which is why you need to stay all the way to the end.
Myself, no friends.
Because again, we're going to spoil it all, but yeah. So that post credit half scene was so good, because instead of the lamp coming out to crush the Pixar eye, do kaboom. So that was good enough.
Yeah.
But then the Arctic Carl walks out, and kaboom high fives him, and it's like, yes, vindication. So that was
so
awesome.
Cute.
That was so adorable. Like, everybody had left by then, so I was really glad that we stay all the time, because I like reading the credits, you know, but also because again, then you see little things like where the 3D was really good, and how the credits, they have a little bit of 3D to them, but it gets to the 3D conversion, and it goes whomp, whomp, whomp.
Look at me!
That's the equivalent of how you used to have, like, composers would hit like a big musical high note or something when their name would come on the screen, like a little musical flourish, you know. So I thought that was a really nice little touch as well. But yeah, that was such a great, wonderful post-credit scene. And I love that Bo, they had that skunk car RC, which was great too. What a clever way to get around. And like,
now that was not animated.
Right.
They actually drove that.
Which also, now that I'm thinking about it,
so it technically had a face because it had the skunk.
But that's the part that I'm just starting to realize how horrifying it is. That was not a toy skunk.
Actually, I think it may have used to been, because looking at the underside, it looked like that was not flesh.
Okay, look,
or tanned skin.
Either way, this is opening up some horrible thoughts, because either it is real skin, which is horrifying, because did they get a dead one? Did they kill it? Did they skin it itself?
Well, roadkill would have been easy to come by.
Right, and still they're going to have to take some stuff out of there, and it's going to smell funny.
No. I looked at the texture of the underside.
Okay.
I know what a tanned skin looks like.
Okay.
It was not that. It definitely had the weave of something that was plushy on the underside.
All right, well, that is also horrifying, because then that means... So the toys can be disemboweled, and somebody disemboweled that toy, and they're driving around in the carcass of a dead toy? We're getting into cars riding on planes territory of how do they go to the bathroom inside the other living being of a plane. Damn, Pixar, you got some creepy shit, y'all. Somebody check John Lasseter's basement. But yeah, that opens up some interesting questions as well. What else we got? The kids are all cute.
Yeah.
I love the chatty Cathy. It wasn't
Gabby.
Gabby. And you thought she was going to end up with that girl, and the girl's like...
Oh, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to happen.
I was just getting so sucked into their eyes. The eyes were so good.
It was, because you can tell she's at that age where she can see a doll, look at the doll, go like, oh, that's neat, but whatever.
Yeah, that was good, though. I like that antique shop. There was some cool stuff in there. And again, the cat and spitting up the little... Go ahead.
Oddly enough, one of the things that really caught my eye in the antique shop was the foam pole, or not foam pole, but electric pole insulator things. Super old school. They're these big glass things. I must have
just missed it. Or I don't know what I was looking at.
I have some at my house I can show you. It's just... It's just one of the shows. Oh, that's kind of cool. It was just like, that's probably because I actually know what the hell they are. I'm sure a lot of people saw this and they're like, what's that? Whatever. Action's over here.
Yeah, like me. But no, I'm glad you noticed it. I'm glad you appreciated it. Let's see, what else we got going on though in that movie? Yeah, there's some beautiful digital lighting happening, of course. Especially again with some of like the glass lamps and stuff around Bo and Woody making it romantic.
I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that.
I liked Bonnie taking Woody's badge and giving it over to
Jesse.
Jesse, thank you. Oh, that was kind of cool and
like,
feels realistic.
I'm surprised it comes off.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised most of these toys are anywhere near as good condition as they are after all those years.
Well, okay, that's one of my biggest problems with Toy Story 3. Was the amount of damage done to them, the amount of paint and scratches and whatnot, and you just wash them off with a garden hose and get a new. It's like,
yep.
Oh, no.
Damn you, logic! How dare you get in the way?
I've tried cleaning toys before. It's not that easy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Anything else? Let's see the family held that.
What'd you think of the songs? They're Randy Newman songs.
That's the thing. Yeah, the Toy Story songs have never really done it for me, but they weren't like annoying or anything. It's the music's pretty much like any other Toy Story movie. It's there.
Was End of 3 with the Spanish version of You Got
That was good, and that's something I would have loved to have seen they didn't do in here. Is some reference bring back, because the Spanish buzz was awesome. That was so cool, and they did set up they were going to do more with that, and they didn't. As a matter of fact, that was in 3. Okay, there are parts of 2 and 3 that blend together for me, and I have to stop and remember which was which. But yeah, I would like to see a little bit more of that. Some of the toys definitely really didn't get any play. They were just kind of there.
Yeah, I mean,
like the horse.
Bullseye.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad one of us knows names.
Yeah, most of them were just there because they were part of the gang.
Yeah, which is nice that they're actually represented, but. And again, I'm not. That's like nitpicks.
We
I'm not
need to make a Tower Toys. You have something to do now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I may be running out. I think we may have hit all the beats. I'm trying to. I don't think there was really anything else specifically. I'm sure we'll kick ourselves thinking of something afterwards, as we always do. But
yeah, I was like the whole end credits thing with them basically freeing the toys.
That was really cute. All the little kids getting toys. That was cute. Oh my god! But all the in that moment, all the Key and Peele little jokes about the frogs,
like Jeremiah.
There were some real for adult jokes. Not they aren't adult jokes, but for adult jokes, because there's no way kids are getting that Jeremiah joke, because it was a stuffed bullfrog. Yeah, he's like, I hear you're a friend of Jeremiah, or no, or he calls him Jeremiah.
Yeah, he calls him.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Yeah. Well, there was another one too. Oh, he made a Kermit reference, but I don't remember what the line was too. Something about going somewhere over the rain. No, Rainbow Connection. He made a Rainbow Connection reference. Okay. So that was really cool. But yeah, there's just a bunch of good stuff through the credits there.
Did you really shoot laser beams out of your eyes?
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. God, yeah. Keanu was so... I mean, we've been on the Keanu train for ages. I mean, I don't know why everybody all of a sudden is like, now Keanu's amazing. It's like, Keanu's always been amazing? Where y'all been at? I guess it's the new generation that are...
Well, he had a very long string of films that did not do well.
That's true, even though he was good in them, but... And yeah, people are talking about a box office slump and everything right now. I think it's just the movies haven't been good. Like... With Men in Black, people are starting to be like, it's probably sequel fatigue. It's like, no, we were happy to get a new Men in Black. It just wasn't good. It's not that we're tired of sequels.
Had a lot of drama going on.
That's what I was hearing too. But here's going to be a sequel that has got to perform well, because it's great. I mean, it really is. It's as good as all the other Toy Story films, which is a standing ovation. You know, that's high praise.
Yeah, this one's going to get plenty of money.
Yeah. So. It's just going to be a weak box office season, because there's not a lot of great stuff this year. Because
it's got the bonus of the parents are going to want to see it too.
Yeah, and they were laughing every bit as much as the kids.
Yeah. It's not going to be like that Arctic Dogs movie that we saw a trailer for.
Which looks like it was animated for a cheap TV special. Yeah. But somehow has a massive, well-known cast. Weird. Yeah, I had to go through a bunch of trailers, because apparently a crap ton of trailers came out today that I haven't reacted to yet. And I'm like,
Yeah, and that usually I see at least some of them on EW's website before, and it's like, nope, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But there you go. I think that's good enough. We talked Toy Story 4. We enjoyed it. We didn't buy the Toy Story bucket because they still had these, and I wanted, even though I didn't like the movie, I really like these buckets. And plus, the Toy Story buckets were like that.
Yeah, they were tiny.
So, but anyways, we liked it. Let us know, what did you think? What's your favorite part? What cameos or little Easter eggs did you pick up on that maybe we missed? Comment below. Let us know. We love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. Check out the Stardust app for your movie reviews, reactions, and other stuff faster than I can get it to YouTube. Look up TheEricButts. Use the link in the description below. Now we're going to get out of here so we can go have some actual dinner. We'll see you and watch some more stuff. We'll see you all later.